Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the podcast where we sit down with some of the sharpest minds in the management consulting industry. This episode is powered by Clubhouse AI. At Clubhouse AI, we help management consulting firms break free from outdated lead gen methods like networking events and referrals, which often feel more like wishful thinking than a real strategy. Our battle tested, data driven client acquisition system brings in your ideal clients with no chasing, no guesswork, just predictable compounding growth. If you're in management consulting and you're looking to scale your business, and see results within the first week, DM us the word growth for a free consultation. And now, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Today, we have a very special guest who is Shivam Puri, co-founder and of Elite Dealmakers. Thank you so much for being on today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your story and what you do?
Hey, thank you for having me on, actually, Ethan. And this opportunity feels so good. And talking to people in this space actually is the best feeling ever. And I would start off with this. In this day and age, I feel people who are not actually, using AI as their co-partner or co-founder, apart from my co-founder, I feel AI and different tools which I use are literally like a different person who I actually consult in my space. So I'm Shivam Puri, and I'm the co-founder of Elite Dealmakers LLC. We are an AI powered, AI first consulting agency where we build archetypes and structures for teams and people to leverage AI in their own businesses. So we have different businesses in spaces like e-commerce and also like boring businesses, which you may call like HVAC and solar as well. Because let's be honest, these are the people who actually need the most. And right now, the biggest opportunity in AI is to actually leverage systems where people are not providing that. And as you know, right now, Sam Altman came out with this new browser, ChatGPT Atlas. It has made so much easier for me to work, and so much things have opened up on, and opportunities have opened upon. So every day, I feel like you can leverage the tools and actually build a new offer and build a new team around that, so that people know how you can actually make ROI in the longer term.
Yeah, that's amazing. How did you get into that? What's your story of how you got started?
So I would say I was working a 9 to 5, a corporate job at Amazon. I was a level 3 Amazon manager, working as a supply chain logistics manager. And while working over there, I was like, dude, they have a system. I would tell you, there's a system. They have a system called Atlas. Literally, that's the name of that system, and it's a logistics powerhouse system in which it tracks all the shipments and everything, and it knows when the product is been delivered, shipped, coming to the warehouse, and everything. And if you don't know how it works, it's like the warehouse and the things they own. It's like a small real estate which they which the other companies rent to put the products in it. So if your product is not moving in Amazon, they will have a trigger on it that, hey, you have to ship this product out because it's not moving through and all that shit. And I was like, dude, it's so much automation, and like there's so many systems in this company which makes this like a almost like $1 trillion company. By now it should be at $1 trillion valuation by now. And I feel like that's where I learned the power of systems in a company. And I know, from going from 0 to 1, it takes hard work, but going from 1 to 10, it takes systems. So we already are working with those companies who are already at 1, and we can make them push to the limit where we can like surpass their ROI goals in like 6 months or 12 months. Because our minimum retainer actually just is 6 month or a 12-month retainer, in which we allow our systems to generate more quality of their clients, or more quality of um impressions, even for the stores. Like, I would tell you an example. We started off working with a client in e-commerce just last month, and this client, I was so surprised. He has a team of 6 people, and he's running a apparel brand of $20 million per annum in gross revenue with 6 people. in his team. And I was shocked. I was like, dude, that's crazy. And you haven't done any data analysis or automations in that. And that's when it clicked me that a lot of people in this space are really just burning their cash into you know putting more offers or putting like different creatives for the ads in e-commerce, as you know, right? And they burn a lot of money. They literally burn through like 100 to 200,000 dollars a month on marketing expenses. And I was there to cut off those expenses, and I was able to do that in like less than like a 1/10 of the price, right? And I was so happy that the things which we offer, and it's, mind you, like everything which we offer is customized, tailored to the people who we work with. And I feel like that is the opportunity which a lot of people are missing on, that people are actually selling the features, not the transformation. And we are I don't know, not the first, but probably one of the few companies for offering transformation in this, where we actually guarantee, like, a revenue return, or we guarantee new potential clients in the next 6 months. So that the conversation with our clients is always a win-win situation on both of our ends. And that's why, like, the client has been going on for 6 months now, and we're actually, on the way to actually help other people get on this as well. So I'm gonna like launch my YouTube channel soon and teach all of that shit for free, like all of that shit for free, because I want people to leverage this opportunity right now, because as you know, only the top 10% of the businesses are actually going to adopt way faster than AI, and or the top bottom person will be left out. And and the middle is such a huge market, which a lot of people are not catering to right now. And I feel like a lot of young people who are right now in AI, in building their own startup, because I'm I'm every day searching for new talent, and you might think I'm searching for talent on LinkedIn or whatsoever, but trust me, the best place to search talent is on Reddit.
Mm.
Like, that's something which I have discovered over this period of time. Like, the best people in tech are literally on Reddit, and I can have a chat with them, and I can like get to know what they're coming from, so that I can place them where they deserve. I feel like I feel like as my role in the company is more about positioning people and bringing out their best sides to the company. Right. I think I have a gift to know what type of person can be fit into which category. And that's how I structure my own team. So right now, like as we speak, I have a team of two AI engineers full time working with us, with a dedicated team of video editors, 10 to 15 video editors, who are also equipped with working tools like Hixfield or Descript, or all of those tools which we use day to day, right? So I want my team also to be a step ahead in terms of delivering value, so that I know for a fact that the 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 skills we have and the things we offer are very up to date, and clients are loving it. Like, you know, right now, in I would say in the space of creative um usage of AI as well is a lot. Like, I've been coming up with a lot of new tools recently. I'm forgetting the name of this one tool. My editor uses it, and it's so amazing that it's a tool. It just makes AI videos more realistic. It just puts on a filter
Mm.
which puts more details on the face, and makes the face or the theme more realistic. So you can actually turn a AI video into a more realistic video now with that tool. I'm forgetting that name, but yeah, if someone knows, they will comment that shit.
That's amazing. Yeah, AI is definitely amazing for it's getting even better and better for creative works. I actually know
Yeah.
somebody who's doing a whole commercial just with AI, and it looks almost
Uh,
real. It's amazing the uses that we have for it. And as someone who is runs a similar business to you and consults with AI and offers custom AI solutions, I think it's amazing that there's more people like me and you in this space providing that those AI solutions that some businesses, you're right, don't have the ability to get, and that middle market is huge. In terms of AI and how you're using it, what kind of tools specifically are you using and implementing for these clients and for yourself even?
So right now, our AI engineers are working with LangChain, and we're using custom build tools, and we deploy all of our things on Vercel, and everything is customized to a point where the client can tweak as some things are not working out or some things they want to change. So they can tweak that upon themselves as well. And we offer them a support every month so that they can, talk to our engineer and they can get that done instantly. So our tools in this stage are pretty basic because as a company operator, I would use things like Claude Code. Claude Code is so underrated. I think a lot of people should use it. It helps in in lot of things. Like I can literally craft up a new landing page for a um for a like a email list or a magnet something.
Right.
I can just craft up in that in like 10 minutes, and it's so good. Like earlier web development or even like design used to be such like a high caliber task, but right now with no code thing like Claude Code, I feel like it's so much easier for people to try it. So I would suggest people to get on Claude Code and just learn, like just try, just just dedicate like half an hour to an hour a day just to like try different tools which are newly released in the market, and you would see so much potential. And you know, for me, I would think of as like if you just tweak with two or three tools, maybe you can connect two, three tools together and build up a new service. It's literally like that. And like right now, there's like a tool called Atlas.io, and it's like a drop shipping tool for building AI powered drop shipping landing pages, right? And I see my clients also using those tools. And mind you, they're like people who are like 5 to 10 years, in the industry right now. And they're also making use of AI in just building out their own landing pages and connecting their account to Shopify. It does that instantly. And so, yeah, I was checking that tool out, Atlas.io. It's also a really nice tool for someone who is in drop shipping and wants to, start off their journey and they don't know how to, make their own Shopify page, how to put products on it, how to connect with the payment processor and everything. It does all of that. So I was pretty amazed to see that. And yeah, I would say just use basic tools like ChatGPT as well for like copywriting and stuff. I would say so. Also, try to just use tools like Hixfield as well. I would say because it has that feature of cinematic storytelling. So if you make reels and all of good artistic things, I think Hixfield is the best one in that, and I've been using that a lot because it understands the storytelling framework, which is the start frame and the end frame. So I can decide what the start frame and the end frame would be like and how the storyline would go. So it makes an AI generated video uh, with so much nice clarity. I do have the pro plan, but I would suggest you to start off with the basic plan first, because over there as well you have the opportunity to use different models of the same version to use lesser credits. So depending upon, so that's a hack which I've also gotten to know. Like if you want something in like a graphic design or something, maybe you can go with a lesser version of that same version because you can change between those versions. But if you want a super realistic human version of that, you should use the highest version because depending upon each version you use, different amount of credits are used. So I know like that's the thing which a lot of people worry about while using these kind of models because a lot of credits are eaten up when you like just make a 10 or 15-second video. Like literally 10, 15-second video takes a lot of credits. And then I'm like, oh shit, I have to renew again. So like that's a cycle you can, get stuck into. So yeah, that's the thing I would suggest people to try and yeah, get on it.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's so great for especially founders like yourself and myself and people that own businesses that are busy all the time, working on their client acquisition process and running ads and doing all those sort of stuff and speaking with clients. All that busy work that you've got to get done during your day. AI is so great at automating all of that work and all that stuff, taking it off your plate so you can focus on the big picture items and closing deals and making money. And it's so great for automating and expediting and optimizing that process. I love it. And as someone who focuses on lead generation for other businesses, what does your client acquisition process look like and how are you using AI for that?
So right now, I would suggest lead acquisition strategies I've tried in terms of cold outreach, like cold email outreach and AI as well. And I would suggest right now the manual outreach is the best because I have been that person in the starting of this year where I spent a lot of money on building cold outreach automations, right?
Mm,
But to that extent, it's not that personalized because you know what? A lot of people like personalizations. A lot of people want a message to be crafted, maybe not sometimes really formally, like, like, yo, I was just chatting about this with my co-founder as well. Sometimes a lot of clients just want like a 2 or 3 line message, and in just 2 or 3 lines, if you can deliver your process and just have a link to book a call, that is giving me like a 50% open rate in
really?
all of like emails. Yeah, like 50% open rate, and that's literally so good. And yeah, that's what I figured. Like, because with AI, I have done that. Like a good personalized message, it scrapes through all the LinkedIn and it talks about the recent post, what they are talking about, and so it just back references that and talks about the same thing on the email itself, and then it provides like a 100 words like an email on the client's email. But I would suggest that's like literally not worth it because I don't think clients are there to, have a like ego boost on themselves, reading their own things that they have talked about in the past,
Right.
and the same thing which you're talking about on the email itself. So yeah, that's what I have figured that the clients need, especially the clients who are high value and who needs results. They just need a proof of concept. They need how you can deliver that in what time frame, and maybe you can leave your you know like links which are valid to the things which you're offering, and the client can reference that to his own things. So you can drop a link for that as well, and then maybe a consultation link, and that works wonders. Like I would say so.
So you're saying more personalized and less cold messaging has been working well for you.
Exactly.
Awesome. And in terms of growth for you guys, how are you guys doing? What's been working well for you guys, and what's kind of been frustrating you in terms of your business?
So our business, first of all, our business was so hard to figure out once we figured out our ICP and where our ICP actually hangs out. So that's the two things we need to figure out, right? And which social media we need to target and what is the ICP we need to target. Those are the two things which I think every business owner or every founder needs to recalibrate once they're scaling up. Because once you scale up, the ICP completely changes, right? First of all, we started off working as a business owner in AI consultation. We started off last year, literally last year, when automations didn't quite exist and they were not even like in the come up as well, right? And people not even were not even talking about automations. I'm talking about June or July of 2024, right? At that time, I wouldn't see any videos of AI automations, N8N, or those type of stuff,
Yep.
right? And that time we were offering automation for like couple $100 to literally just get a proof of concept that okay, this thing is scalable. And like I still remember that message. I have that WhatsApp message. I'll send it to you over. And the WhatsApp message was from a founder, um, from a Swiss founder. I think he owns like a healthcare SaaS, something like that. And he just told me, "Hey Shivam, I have a Google Doc, and this Google Doc has invoices of our expenses of every month. No, no, no. Sorry. Yeah, I need you to make a Google Doc to accommodate all the expenses of the company in a month, so that it auto renews the expenses every month." So that is what he told me to make. I'm like, okay, so you want that, and you will pay me for that, and that is last year. And I was like, okay, that's amazing, dude. Like, people are now paying for novelty, right? That they need like they need a place where like people can upload, like even people can like um click a photo like of the invoice of the company's expenses, like someone spent, someone this, someone that. So like an invoice of the photo or like a written thing, everything will be accompanied in one Google Docs. And I made that automation in like 3 hours. And I remember I sold like for like $500 that time.
Wow.
So like in 3 hours, I make $500, and I was like, oh, okay, that's amazing. So that's when I figured, like this is quite the new thing, and it would come up. And yeah, pretty much that's why I positioned since last year of July 2024 till now. I have like closed client volume in terms of our overall partnerships till like 300 to 400K worth of gross um, volume we have actually closed by now in any year.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was the best bet we have taken. And yeah,
That's amazing. And what's that being like what's working super well for you guys? What's kind of been holding you back from obviously being that multi-million dollar business and being where you want to be?
yeah, that's a good question. I have actually, been trying to figure that shit out as well with my mentors and the people who are in the space with me, my fellow AI founders. And they have been telling me one thing is just invest in good talent. And that is the thing which I have to get around to as well. That the price of one person, which you can get, the value output of a good person who is in your team, like A player, like is by far the best thing you can actually do for your own business. Because one A player can make two or three B or C players to a B plus, or like a player almost
Yeah.
as well, because that person automatically comes under the guidance of that person as well in the team, in the hierarchy as well. So that is what I've been doing so far. And like literally talking with and chatting with a lot of agency owners and founders in AI space who are maybe building out their MVPs, building out their own things. And I've been learning things from them. Like how are they doing so? What are the skills needed for them to do so? And so those are the things which I have gotten around that. Yeah, so these are the things which actually are foremost and must in the terms of the thinking process to go about an automation as well. So I have to think about people who actually have that kind of a caliber to not only me to actually manage or micromanage them myself, but they have that ability to get around things and figure out how to do it by themselves. And yeah, that is the thing. So I would suggest just you know get around people more and try networking with people more. Try to go out of your way to actually talk to more people in the space, and somehow you will land up with a person who can actually bring your services from a level here to level there. So yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like you hire. I like how you said with A players and B players. You've got your A player, and they're elevating your entire team. I'm sure they're elevating you and your co-founder as well, and making you guys smarter and helping you learn even more tools instead of them being expert AI engineers. And yeah, that's amazing. That's definitely great advice for anyone in any industry, not just AI specifically. But if you can build a killer team, then your business can scale beyond your understanding. And in terms of where AI is going, where do you see automations and AI as we have it right now? Where do you see that going in the next 2, 3, 4 years?
I would suggest people who are using N10 or Make.com, anything, they should just stop using that because probably in the next like 5 months, maybe not 5 months, everything's like gonna be over. I think it's over by now as well, but still, people who are actually positioning themselves as not like a one-time hit in AI, but they're also positioning themselves as a whole infrastructure where they know what type of things can elevate a team. Like we're not just providing technical things, but also providing creative sides of it as well. So we know what the balance is because I'm coming from a filmmaking kind of industry where I have also shot documentaries in my past, and I know what the creative sides are. So I can actually leverage better, uh, you know, AI videos well rather than a person who's just technical. So I would suggest the people who are just technical founders and who don't use the AI tools for creatives, they should get around that as well because that's a bigger opportunity for now, and that is the thing which I feel would go on for a longer term in the space of AI clipping videos or AI clip farming. Those are the things which are going to be used for the coming next coming years or so.
That's awesome. Yeah. So what you're saying is rather than people having these specific AI companies that provide one service, they are probably going to scale out and be, yeah, like you said, a huge infrastructure and providing all these sorts of well-rounded services to help these businesses or even help their own business. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's definitely going in that direction, especially with people with businesses like your own where you're doing these full build outs. That's awesome. And for you guys, where do you plan to be in your next 6 to 12 months? What are you guys trying to achieve? What are your goals?
So I would lay it out honestly. Okay. By December, we're opening up our company in Dubai, and we're moving the whole company to Dubai um, because of various tax reasons as well. And we were operating our US LLC like since last year, and we were so happy that it worked out, and we're now transitioning to our new phase in Dubai where we are now looking to partner up with people in crypto and all of the DeFi space where we can understand what type of things they need. So I would suggest in the next 6 months or 6 to 12 months, our move would be to learn more about DeFi because that's a new industry for me as well. I have dabbled between meme coins as well in my past. Between 2023 to 2024, I dabbled. I also had an account on Photon, Photon wallet. I had a Photon wallet account. If people know what I'm talking about, they will know. Um, so basically, like pump.fun that you use, you can scrape coins from there, and then you can put that through your Photon wallet with Solana. So I used to use that um, like 2023, and right now I think a lot of people on social media are like they're like meme coin millionaires or all those kind of things, and I wanna know how is this happening and what are the things they're doing. Maybe we can build like a platform for them to scrape early coins which are promising. So automations for that as well I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things you can think about in terms of AI and uh, how you can better classify data as Jeff Bezos said in a conference recently. He was in EU, and there was a conference he was speaking at. and he was saying this one thing which like stuck out to me, which was um, people who are building structures, AI infrastructure in their company vertically rather than horizontally are going to be well positioned in the next 5 years rather than the people who are building the things horizontally. And that is like a kind of a really huge thing, which he said. And if you really dig deep into that conversation, into that one thing which he said, because, by listening to people who have, this caliber of net worth, you have to really dig deep in what they're saying and what they're trying to mean. And a lot of the clues you may find in what they speak in these kind of conferences or none of those things. And you can well, get an idea on how to make your company also foolproof and bulletproof for the next coming years. So I would suggest, listen to all the founders, listen to all of the things happening, be updated on the news, and just just always like read between the lines as well, where you can see an advantage and you can see, oh, this thing is coming up. Maybe I should look more into it, do a deep research, take a day or two, and then come up with the new ideas. Because right now people are rewarding um, the the executioner who can actually see a thing coming up in the future and it may pop off, and they are building it right now. So if you're building right now for the future, that is how you can like catch up with the AI race. So, a lot of people also ask me that, hey, like how am I able to do it? How will you catch up with that? You just have to think a little bit in the future, maybe 6 or 12 months in the future, and start building now. And then maybe you have a chance at actually making it happen.
Right. I like it. Yeah, I like that you said focusing more on the vertical than the horizontal, more focusing on how you can scale yourself and your business or the businesses that you work for rather than trying to go and do everything and all sorts of avenues. I like that a lot. Well, that almost kind of wraps up everything I wanted to cover today. But before we go, I wanted to ask you something. I wanted to ask what the biggest lesson you've learned as your journey as an entrepreneur that you think would be valuable for people to know.
Dude, I can tell you a lot. Like my trajectory is literally have been like the scenery, the scenery picture, which is like this.
Yeah.
So I have had a lot of ups and downs, and for me, I've always had that instinct in me to be an entrepreneur. Especially in back in 2022, I started my own media company. Okay, and back then it was named Ampere Media, and I was servicing real estate owners and real estate brokerages um, to make clips. Back in 2022, I'm talking about. Like I was offering clips for them, and I didn't know that was such a huge market. Now it's such a huge market, but back then I was offering clips in 2022, and I had a Discord group named Shorts Cartel, literally like a clipping shorts cartel, right?
Right.
And we were like scaping out clippers in that group, and yeah, that is what I have figured out is you have to um, have an instinct for understanding trends, and maybe you should have good taste, and that is very nuanced. Like nobody would tell you that. Nobody will tell you that. So my advice would be develop taste, and you would say how would you develop taste, because that is a very different thing for every person on the spectrum. And I would say so, go back in history, see the things, see how they were coming up with like artifacts. They were coming up with different things in monuments, even like architecture, paintings, all of the things. You would see a little bit taste in that, and during this period of time, the taste have been evolved to suit the mass audiences, right? So if you can figure that out, and I would like literally, I'm telling you this $1 million thing, if you can figure the taste for the masses, going going in every decade or every few years, like you will know what the ear is cut to cut, when the taste changes for the audience. And there's like a pattern recognition. So the taste and the pattern recognition are two things which, if you have, you can probably figure out the trends. And then a lot of the people who also feel like, they don't have their purpose. They don't know what they're meant to do in their life. They don't know what am I even made for. Sometimes you ask God, hey, what I'm even made for? What do I even do with my life? Because they are clueless. A lot of things, you feel like a lot of things are happening too fast in this world. So that is one thing. If you develop a taste and develop pattern recognition, you can see things about yourself that, oh, I like this thing. So I will just go on internet, see what are the industries, I am, interested in. So you just go each one by one by one, and you just strike off the ones which you don't want and you don't see yourself doing for the next 10 years, at least for the next 10 years. And you just strike everything off. And maybe you're left with two or three. Go go all in, try that, try every industry, maybe 6 months to 1 year. Just be laser focused and you will see results. I would say so. You
That's
have to be laser focused.
Yeah, that's amazing. I like what you said. And go all in there. That's what a lot of people say. And when they give advice to entrepreneurs is just go all in, take the plunge, and do your
Yeah.
best. And don't give up when things get hard. You but start making mistakes. And I like also that you said about the pattern recognition and the trends there. It's a huge thing for entrepreneurs, especially. And I like that you said you can use it for your personal self as well. But you've got to be able to recognize what the market's doing, where things are going, what new technologies are coming about, and be able to recognize the ones that you can profit on, that you can start a new business in, that's going to actually scale and work with as time goes on. Not just a one-off business that's going to get you going for a year or two, but then not to be irrelevant after 3 or 4. I love that. Some great advice there, and some that I hope a lot of people take into account and heed that advice there. It's amazing. Well, listen, Shivam, it's been amazing having you on today. I think you provided some amazing information and insight to the conversation. I'm super excited to get this out there and for people to see it, and I hope they learn something from you today.
Thank you so much. I'm definitely sure this might help a lot of your audience. And I would love to know what they tell you in the comments.
Of course, yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.